Hi, welcome along to Arsenal Fan TV, and this is the aftermath. Well, what can I say about the weekend? As a matter of fact, you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to run a video. This perfectly sums up the weekend. Watch this.
That was just absolutely atrocious, yeah. You know, we came here looking for 3 points. Basically, I think we had, I counted one shot on target in the entire game. It's ridiculous. You got Giroud, all he's got is that stupid little grin on his face, yeah? He's supposed to be like centre forward. He's always out on the wings. He stands there when the ball's been passed to him. He's in the wrong position the whole time. There is no desire in that team. And I've just had enough.
And I'll tell you what, right? Some people might have laughed at that, but I weren't laughing at it. And this guy is an absolute hero to me and to a lot of Arsenal fans, because I'll tell you what, that's how I felt after that game. I mean, I just felt kind of broken. I mean, Arsenal fans went to that game and we were feeling pumped up. We were like, yeah, this is a real opportunity. Stoke are not playing well. All right, we know they've beaten some big clubs at their ground this season. They've beaten Manchester United, etc. But we were like, listen, we're going for the title. And then we see the Arsenal team take the field and put in what I personally think is probably our poorest performance of the season. I mean, there was not even a proper, what I would call, effort on goal until we went 1-0 down. And, you know, listen, I don't think it was a penalty. I mean, I've seen these sort of things happen all season. They've been saying loads of penalties inside the box where it's been handball have been turned down because we've been told it has to be a deliberate handball. That was not deliberate. But regardless of that, Arsenal did not deserve to get anything out of the game. You can't, I mean, we're supposed to be going for the title. The title, is that the performance of a title winning team? Come on. If we play like that, we do not deserve to be anywhere near the title. And I think all the players, and I don't think I've said this really this season, but after that performance, I can understand how that guy felt. The team need to hold their head in shame because it was a really, really poor performance. No desire, lacking in pace, getting muscled off the ball. Listen, you know what I described this game, the game as on Saturday? I would describe it as that. Stoke approached that game like it was a FA Cup final, and we approached it like it's a friendly. That's what I put that. That is how I sum up that game on Saturday. And you're not going to win a title. You go and you just start off slow and you just think that, yeah, because we're Arsenal, you know, it's going to happen eventually. No, because you know what? If you go 1-0 down, especially when you go 1-0 down late in the game, you've only got 15 minutes or 20 minutes in which to pull it back. And if a team's well organised, it's going to be very difficult. Not to say that we didn't get the chances. I mean, the chance at the end to Yaya Sanogo, I know he's young and everything, but he's supposed to bury that chance. Come on, Yaya, you should have put that ball away. But it was just really, really, really disappointing on Saturday. I think it's the most disappointed I've been travelling to watch Arsenal all season. You know what? Let me get into the tweets and see what you guys had to say about it. Hugh Ming says, we need to keep starting the Ox for the rest of the games for this season. It would be vital for us because of his pace. We had no pace on Saturday until Ox came on. I mean, I, for one, has been a person who's been advocating playing more of Lucas Podolski because he can score goals. But if he's going to play like how he played on Saturday, he's not going to get a lot of game time and he'll end up out of the club. Let's just face it. Because he just was not involved in the game. You've got, as a player like Lucas Podolski, you are a big player. You are supposed to be a world-class player, German international. Get involved in the game, Lucas. That was a poor performance by Lucas Podolski on Saturday. Farik Ali says, it showed how much we miss Aaron Ramsey and Theo Walcott. I mean, it goes without question. Aaron Ramsey, look how many goals he was scoring. His injury now, we are really, really missing him badly. And the same with Theo Walcott, his pace. And as I've always said, I've had so many arguments with fans over the years. And I said, listen, you guys underestimate how good this guy is. He's very, very quick. He has loads of assists and he scores goals. I mean, if that chance would have fell to him, that fell to Yaya Sanogo, it would have been buried. We really, really miss Theo Walker, and well, he's not coming back for the rest of the season, so we have to adapt without him. And in a game like Saturday, we didn't. Mario says, disappointing performance. The boys didn't fight hard enough to get the best out of the match, but we can still win the Premier League. Winning the Premier League, I'm not sure about no more. I've got to be honest, and this is like the first time I've said that this season. I mean, we're 4 points off now. City just had a good win yesterday in that cup final. Looked really, really classy. And they got 2 games in hand. Liverpool have gone above us now. Unless we really, really have an outstanding month from now on in, I mean, it's very difficult to make a case for us winning the Premier League. And it's kind of heartbreaking because it's as if those players on Saturday went out there to prove all those pundits and critics that have been slagging us off right. Because they'll say, oh, they go to places like Stoke and they just, they just get bullied. And that's what happened. They come up against the big clubs, they're not going to win. And that's, listen, if we don't beat some of those big clubs over the next few games, they're all going to sit back and say, told you, told you. Guna says, one word, dreadful. We didn't look like a team in a title fight, no urgency and a lack of ideas. It's all or nothing now. That's certainly the case. Ali says, Wenger needs to start Gnabry and Ox. We need more pace. I agree with that. Jordan says, looking at the upcoming fixtures, a Believer League is gone. And the FA Cup is now a must-win and staying in the top 4. He said, what's your opinion? My opinion is that on Saturday, Arsene Wenger's got to put his strongest team out against Everton. Because I think that probably is our best chance of winning something. It'd be great to win that game against Everton, get to Wembley for the semi-final. Anything can happen from there, but it's a must-win game. Sully says, Giroud should not start any of our remaining games. And now Giroud's been coming up for a lot of stick for Saturday. I think, listen, he scored 2 goals the week before and assisted 1. Let's not forget that. The guy, he did have a bad game on Saturday. Although I remember when we was watching the game on Saturday, the girl who was sitting next to me at one time, when he went down, which he did go down a bit too much, she goes, oh, get up, you tart, get up. When I look back on that on TV, Charlie Adams should have been sent off. He nearly broke Giroud's leg. But I think the problem is not Giroud. I think Giroud, as I've said many times, is a very, very good striker. But we're solely reliant on Olivier Giroud. Teams like Liverpool are not solely reliant on Luis Suarez. As a matter of fact, when Suarez scored on Saturday, that was his first goal in 8 games. But nobody said anything because you've got Sturridge banging in the goals. But who else have we got? We've got no one else. It's just Giroud or bust. So if Giroud goes a few games without scoring, 4 or 5 games, it's all Giroud's fault. This is the problem. We've not gone out there and got another striker, which we should have done in the summer, to play alongside Olivier Giroud. And even if he's off form, you can take him out or you can play the 2 of them. That has been the problem. We've got one option up front, and that is our problem right now. And we knew it was going to happen. All fans and everybody have said, listen, we need a striker, we need a striker, and we didn't get one. Big Chris says, Flamini is the only player who could have been able to handle the Stoke, i.e. the roughness. I was really shocked when he wasn't playing. He said, and we should also have started with the Ox too. David Taylor says it looked as if Arsenal was scared of Stoke. How can you be scared of Stoke? We got big guys in our team now. I mean, who are Stoke? What are we scared of Stoke for? I mean, come on, Arsenal. He said, so timid, our midfielders look like a bunch of cleverlies, he said. No creativity. Big Chris also said, we still have 30 points. We can still do this, he says. Our fans need to keep the faith instead of complaining. We're 3rd, 4 points off the top. Listen, Chris, I can understand why fans are complaining. I'll be honest with you. I'm a very positive guy, but you can see why fans are complaining. After the effort that was put in on Saturday, that is not acceptable in a title race. Carl said, Giroud is not a top quality striker for our top 4 team. He should focus on his new calling of being a porn star. Now, come on. That's a bit harsh. As I said, Giroud's got no help. It's Giroud or bust. Giroud needs help up front. And as I said, look at the other teams. You got Aguero, you got Dzeko, you got Negredo. Manchester United, they got Rooney, they got Robin van Persie. We've got Giroud. That's it. And that is the problem. Catch me if you can. Jamel R says it was a poor result, but let's we got to stay behind the team, especially for the FA Cup. I agree with that. Catch me if you can says horrible performance by Arsenal and the ref. The Ox should start every game from now on. And last one here, Flirt Zuka. I think he sums it up perfectly. He just says poor, and that's what it was. It was a poor performance. We got the FA Cup this week. It's a must-win. 12:45 kickoffs. We've been very poor on those early kickoffs. We start very slowly. I don't want to see that this week. I want to see Arsenal, from the whistle goes, come flying out the blocks. If we don't get that this week, and you know, it's not going to be acceptable. They got to come flying out. They got to play that game. Play that game like you're playing Tottenham, or like you're playing. You know, that's what I want to see. I want to see that sort of intensity. Then we got Bayern Munich away. Listen, I very much doubt we got a chance of winning that. You know, we're already 2-0 down. You know, whatever happens there, but I don't think that's. Listen, we just go there and do our best. That's my opinion. You go to win, but you go there and just give it your all. But the games we need to concentrate on now is Tottenham away. You know, we got to win these games now. Tottenham away, Chelsea away, Manchester City at home. If we're going to win the title, we need to get something out of those games. At least 7 points out of those 3 games to rekindle any hope of winning the title. And if you're going to win the title, you've got to get past those teams. It's as simple as that. If we can get past those teams, we're back in it. If not, it's all done. Don't forget to support the shop. We got these T-shirts in. This is a guy I'd like to see back right now, Theo Walcott. And thank you for supporting the shop. You know, the money that we raise from that goes towards the trips up and down the motorway, etc., to all these away games, home games. So thank you very much, and keep supporting the shop. Don't forget to subscribe to us. You know, we've been so blown away by the amount of subscribers we've got. We really want to get 100,000 subscribers before the end of the season. So subscribe to us. Leave your comments below. And thank you very much for watching Arsenal Fan TV. And just before I go, a word for that guy who got emotional in that video. I spoke to him, actually. I've spoken to him since. And what a brilliant fan he is. He's going Bayern Munich, right? Listen, we see that guy all the time, up and down the country. And he's a proper gooner, and it touched him there, you know. And I really love this passion, and he just wants to see Arsenal go out there and fight. And that's what we got to do on Saturday. Let's go out there and fight. Let's get through to the next round, semi-final of the FA Cup. Then anything's possible. Arsenal back at Wembley. That is where we belong.
Absolutely, I totally agree, Robbie. I mean, we're a few players short in certain departments of the team. You know, we've been in this position before. I mean, the fans will call for the manager. It's just what fans...
He stands there when the ball's been passed to him. He's in the wrong position the whole time. There is no desire in that team. And I've had enough.